Hello, everyone, and welcome to my Ascension Messages. My name is Bobbie, and I will be your guide for today. Today, I'm going to channel some messages, and it is really about your calling, because there's been a calling happening at the moment with many people, um, and everybody's different, right? Everybody's unique, and they're all different. But before I do start that channeling and those messages coming through, I just want to give you guys a heads up. It's 3 weeks to go, and there's a beautiful event happening called the Cosmic Truth Online Global Event, which I am one of the speakers for. So I think there's 10 of us or 20 of us, I can't remember, that are speaking on these global events and giving our insights into it. So yeah, that's going to come up in 3 weeks' time. I'll put out a message on my email as well to everybody. If you're part of my email on my codes to a new reality, just need to join in with that, and I'll send an email out to everybody for that. Hey Arnie, good to see you, and Debbie. I've had a little bit of a break, and I've been gallivanting around in a boat with some wonderful people and taking videos of dolphins and all sorts. So I will bring that up on my part 2 of my journey. It's been an absolutely amazing time, and literally whatever I'm asking for, I am actually receiving at the moment. I really love that. Who wouldn't, right? Hey, Linda, good to see you as well. So yeah, this is calling, and what's yours? What's your calling through these moments, this time, and this beautiful energies that are coming towards us at the moment? And there's literally uh, a mass of awoken people feeling called to do something. And I'm going to do step by step a couple of things that I've written down on my phone, what those callings could be. And we will go through them and have a chat about that, because it's an interlocking connection, energetic connection, um, to weave a specific creation of your integrity and authenticity that is coming through. And it is really important, because you literally, this is like a mission of yours, specifically for you, and who you literally, some of you have had lives, many lives leading up to this point in your evolution, your soul's evolution, and understanding who you are. And we are like the lucky ones. That sounds funny, but the lucky ones to be experiencing this moment as a human, because humans have were so in the dark and so out of balance with everything. To find oneself in this life and then to spark a whole new way of living and creating is just the soul is like, wow, I get to experience those feelings, that when that comes into fruition. And it's just wonderful. This is why a lot of us at this moment literally put our hands up when called for to come to be a human now, and said, me. Even though we knew we were going to go through a lot of crap to do this, but we had to experience the darkness, the crap, to be able to feel the exhilaration that's coming. And we wanted to feel, literally go into that darkness without losing ourselves, to be able to feel the exhilaration. And this is the experience of the soul going, oh my gosh. Where if you were sitting in a light form in that high energy, and not had the adventure of being a human, you would just like go up a little bit in an incremental step and just go, oh yeah, well, that was cool that I learned, that I felt into that shift that was happening around the whole of source energy and cosmos and soul and everything. That was an interesting step. They're literally living their lives. Those that are in higher dimensions and different frequencies are living their soul's connection through us, because we are experiencing it in such a diverse setting. a diverse setting. So it's very exciting of what's coming next. But there is definitely a calling. So many of us have been felt like we needed to really go within ourselves and do this shadow work, and have felt like we needed to really go within ourselves and do this shadow work. And Earth gave us that beautiful environment to do this. And literally the last few years, especially since 2020, we all know what happened around that time. When that started to happen, we all got sent home within ourselves, and experienced the shadow work and looked at ourselves instead of blaming everybody outside of us for the problems that were going on in this world, which was the program pulled over us. So there's been this shift of us doing the work. And at this moment, my guides are telling me it's actually teaching us, it's actually bringing us, sorry, to this moment in time where we are called to become what we came here to become. We become the soul's evolution, the ignition of our soul being grounded into this body more and more and more. And that means the more that we are ignited within the light cells of our DNA and our body, we awaken more, and we are no longer living our lives just experiencing 5 to 10% of our brain, of our DNA, of what we can see out in the world. We're going to have this huge expansion that goes way out, and it's very exciting to see what's going to happen. So a calling, and what's yours? I'm going to read a little bit of this. As you are literally forced to release all that does not stand in the face of love, you will remember much more of your soul's authentic journey. This will ignite memory of your past lives and your mission, your past lives, as in your soul's past lives. Your soul's past lives could be integrated into your DNA's past life. If you have been a human life after life after life, you'd stay in the same essence of family, learning from each other. And your mission to be carried, this will ignite memory of your past lives and your mission to be carried out, or reason for being here in this moment to help guide others. So, wow. This is getting exciting, guys. Yeah. Thanks, Annie. New Zealand looks good on me. Good to see everybody in the chat bar. Hey, Celtic. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Lindy. Hey, Sherry. Good to see you all. Arnie at the beginning. Yep. Beautiful. Debbie. Good to see you guys all. Yeah, so very powerful moments happening within ourselves, our unique selves, coming back to our authentic power again. Learning to, it's the other messages that I'm just going to read some of these messages, and then we'll talk about them. You're learning to be you, to travel, to hold a frequency in a certain location. So there's all these different things that are going to ignite within you. And you could be one of these, or you could be many of these. Or, it's just, you'll feel into it when I say these callings. And then you'll go, yes, that's mine. That's the one that feels right for me. And you'll feel it from well, my life has been taking me that way, or a passion, or, oh my God, yes, this is where I'm going. That's exciting me, that sort of thing. So you are learning to be you, authentically you as in not just the logical mind and what you've learned in this life, but also the intuitive mind, and amalgamating in all of the past lives that have needed for this mission coming up, for this next calling that you're going into. So you could be called to travel, to hold a specific frequency in a specific location. I definitely am. I'm going to New York. Like, hello, it can't be any more. Everything else has fallen away from me to go to New York. So that you could be called to go to a specific location, to hold a specific frequency during these next couple of few months, for your integration and for the integration of Earth, the actual Earth herself in that that point of Earth. There could be like they're showing me like grids, light grids around the Earth, and a pool of specific souls going to that point that will be here will be at that point of existence. I know there's another channeler that's going to New York around the same time as I am. Really interesting. Somebody told me about it. I don't know the person. They're actually, way more out there. I think can't even remember the name of the person. If Sky was here, she'd be able to pull it up, but she's not. So, any case, there are a collaboration of souls coming together. They're telling me specific points. Now, it could be that you don't have to travel too far, that you've already found a home base in that locale, but you need to be there for that. As a star being, a light worker, you've been called to go there or stay there or be there because of some sort of shift that's coming up, of an awakening of our soul's evolution, something really powerful that's coming up. Recognition of your soul tribe members and those born here to connect, and those in higher dimensions is coming up as well. So you're definitely going to see a calling for you to connect with your soul tribe, and you will know them by it feels just right. It just feels right. You will know them by that. If you have or anything like that, that in that moment, maybe that person's a soul tribe and they have to clear something else. I don't know, but no, you do not. You just look at yourself and do your own inner work, and that's more important in this calling, to do your own inner work. So you'll feel that as well. To the recognition of soul into higher dimensions, those born in higher dimensions, including the knowing that you may sit on the seat of a galactic council. So yeah, so that's really interesting. There could be a calling that you all of a sudden awaken to the fact that you have been sitting on the seat of a galactic council and that you have been doing work in your sleep, maybe not remembering dreams anymore or something, because you were in a galactic council having these meetings talking about how to integrate all of this, what to release within yourself, or and with the help that you're going to give to Mother Earth and humanity coming together again, and show me the figure of 8. And so you're sitting on this council meeting, and all of a sudden with this calling, you'll go, oh my God, I remember it. Now I can actually sit on the galactic council and be awake and remember the meeting that was held, or remember parts of it that you needed to know for this mission. And so you'll just get these awarenesses of, oh my God, this is what's happening at the moment, and this is what I need to do. And so that's a calling of yours as well. Acknowledging your connection to earth and the elementals as well is going to be called upon. It's really interesting that has come up too, because I just did a reading just before this, like just before I literally finished her reading and onto this one. And she has had these dreams of elementals coming into her life to help and awaken her as well. So you're going to start to remember more of these astral out of body experiences that you've been happening, because you can now integrate them into this life, because it's necessary for it to be. It's a calling of yours to express yourself and to say this actually exists, that I have got messages through my dreams from different dimensions and different realities and all sorts of different, and galactic councils and all that sort of thing. Or go back to the planet that you've come from in your astral plane. Go back to Pleiades, Sirius, Lyrians, the Lyrians, the Vegans, the bringing up even the Draconians and the true value of what they really were here for and purpose when they're in their actual balanced mind. They're showing me rainbow Draconians. It's really interesting. Instead of the dark, compressing consumerism ones that we do know of, that have tried to take charge of everything. Um, yeah, so it's just a lot that's happening that you've been called to. So what I got with the missions is you could be learning to unite within yourself and outer relationships, or becoming the person you want to see in your relationships. Literally, this could be a calling of yours, that you had a mission that you needed to unite your feminine and masculine aspects of yourself, and you will know that you have reached that calling, because all of a sudden you will have in reflection your relationships coming to you and being a lot more peaceful, a lot more relaxing, a lot more respect, no more judgment, no more pointing the finger, just acceptance of the person, even if they are an opposite, they're very logical minded and you're very intuitive minded. Just an acceptance of that means that you've accepted it within yourself, and that could be a calling for you. So that could be one of the callings. And another calling is learn to ground prosperity, abundance through energetic alignments. So one of your callings could be that you have accumulated a lot of wealth through this life, or you have had lack of accumulation of wealth, one or the other. And now you're learning to find balance within either. If you have got a lot of accumulation of wealth, you've done a lot of logical side things for that to have happened. You now are learning the true essence and value of abundance coming from the frequency alignment of yourself to that abundance. And the other side would be that you had a lack of that. Same thing goes. You have to have learned you had nothing of value in your life and you're always poor, but you have to learn the true energetic value of yourself to that abundance manifesting in a grounded way for you to experience it, so that you are in reflection of the magnificence of who you feel within yourself is now reflected as the magnificence of your home and anything that's grounded, your business, anything that is in the stable physical world. So you are what you are. You are in that alignment. So your calling could be to recognize the true essence of prosperity and abundance has always come from you, your inner core out, instead of with those that have been wealthy, trying to get it by working hard, working hard, working hard. And yeah, you might be wealthy, but you're still feeling like you're in this rat trap of going around in circles, trying to work really, really hard to get everything to move for you. So that's another message, calling, that you could have learnt or be learning or going to step into. So the calling that you're stepping into with that would be, oh my God, the way that I actually accumulate abundance in the outer world is through me knowing my feelings of my own self-worth, of who I am worthy of. And I can now sit in that worth frequency and watch it play out and come to me as a magnet. I no longer need to seek it. Yes, work could be part of it. Yes, you might want to start a business and your logical mind clicks and feels like it has a part to play in that, and actually physically ground a business or physically go out and even buy a lottery ticket or whatever it is. But you know it's come from you and your self-worth first. So you'll never ever lose this. The reason why a lot of this is happening at the moment is because we don't want to go backwards anymore. So humanity's consciousness on the whole doesn't want to go backwards anymore. So the callings are your missions being called for you to experience in this life now, so that you can use this in any timeline. You know how to work with Mother Earth. So you might have gone through a lot of lessons to get to this stage. And now you're like, okay, now I know how to ground this, and I've learned that lesson, and I'll never return back because my soul understands it. And it's going to integrate into your soul's complexity or past lives as you leave this life and go towards another. So then you could step into different timelines and hold that frequency of prosperity, or hold that frequency of learning to empower yourself, or unite with the right relationships, and you no longer repeat life after life of having lack of relationships, being with the wrong people, or abundance, or so forth. Okay, so another one of the calling is learn to empower yourself as a guide through bringing in more wisdom of your soul, or soul's wisdom. So this is now coming in. Learning to empower yourself is loving life in this body, loving life in this reality, loving life outside of yourself and accepting it for just as it is and just loving it for exactly what it is will empower you to move through this life moment to moment. Love who you are. It will literally light up and expand DNA, and allow you to be empowered through enlightenment, as in your spinal fluid tapping into the cave, the Brahma cave and the crystal cave and the central essence of your brain, igniting the two balance pineal gland and pituitary gland to be able to amalgamate chemicals within your body. You are a walking, talking, powerful leader, guide, person that is here to help many. Remember, these that I'm telling you are, you could have one of them, you could have many of them. Just feel into yourself. And there is no diminishing. Please do not diminish yourself and go, oh, I wish I was. No, that's not going to help you playing your unique essence or part of this tapestry of life that we were here to weave together to create a beautiful existence. So every part of it is needed. It's kind of like if you see a beautiful tapestry and one thread is just being pulled out and it's just sticking up. It's like if you don't acknowledge yourself as that part, it just kind of wrecks the whole beautiful tapestry that we're creating and that we're moving into. Okay, so another calling could be learn to communicate with more than words, opening a symbiotic relationship with your mind and soul, so to your inner and outer worlds, communicating with plants, animals, the sky, anything, and feeling at peace with where you are in the now with no resistance. So your whole calling could be to open up communication past just the babble. The fall of the Babel and all the Tower of the Babel and the fall of the Babel, when spoken words were taught by actual other beings. Logical beings came in and taught different languages. They actually flew from one continent to another and taught humanity different languages, because they had disconnected from their right hemisphere, their intuitive self, and their communication through the universal language of telepathy. So that could be a calling of yours. You're specifically here to be able to communicate past the babble, past the talk. And that means you have to unite what you feel and what you say and what you think is of one. Because this is the reason why lying does not even exist in these higher dimensional aspects of balance, because telepathy you could not lie. What you think is what is felt. And so it is just the wholeness of itself and your energy alignment. So there is no deceitfulness or lying or anything like that anymore. And so you could be here to, as you're calling, to acknowledge that too. There's actually many more they're saying to me now. There's actually quite a few others. I haven't written down any others, but I have written down what will happen to those through these moments of the calling happening and people being in the right place in the right time and actually coming back into the power of themselves. There's going to be those that don't go there yet, and they might not ever in this life. And I've written down a little bit about them as well, so I'll read that out too. Just want to say hi to everyone else. Artemis 3000, Yahara, hope I'm saying that right. Good to see you. Hi, Sky, you're late. Yeah. Sky, I don't know if you can remember the channeler that is coming to New York the same time as me. I was just getting a channel message that there are specific souls that are going to be in specific locations for this calling and this awakening. And if you want to write her name down, that'd be cool, because I couldn't remember her name. I'm not very good with logically remembering names and places. Okay. It's good though. It makes me just go into the energy of someone. And when someone has an energy shift, they literally seem like another person to me. And Tucker, thank you so much. Yay.